Tuesday at 9 p.m. Come on in to Pasco View. I want you to see an incredible investment opportunity, one like you've never seen before. This neighborhood is being completely gentrified. We've got this magnificent structure that you see here that's been erected right in the downtown core. I've got Old Town right over here. I've got New Town the other direction over there. This place is perfectly centralized for you to get anything done you want to do in Panama. I got the key. Let's go on inside. Pasco View is the brainchild of our good friend Brian, who's originally from Seattle. He decided to come to Panama 17 years ago. And in doing so, he learned the entire market inside and out. And he found that there was a gap in the availability of affordable real estate for outsiders like you and me. So come on in. When he decided that he was going to start building this amazing structure, he understood that this part of town had actually pretty much just been abandoned. But he chose to rescue it. What he did is he took an old warehouse and he built this magnificent building here. We've got parking garage over here with bicycles that are for rent. You can also rent this golf cart here. There's basement parking for your vehicle. And in this lobby, everyone, you can see pressed concrete, which is amazing. Very modern lighting, very chic design, and he decided to get all the locals involved in this building by turning the lobby into an art gallery. So local town comes in here, they sign their work obviously, all the works are for sale, and this way the local populace is involved in everything. When the local population believes they own a piece of this, they will protect it, which they do. It's a very clean neighborhood. The building is obviously quite clean. There's no danger of theft or any violent crime here, which is fantastic. He put it in a great neighborhood around a lot of good people. Another painting here, I personally love this one. The colors on this are absolutely fantastic. I know the camera doesn't do it justice, but let's keep going here. I'm also a fan of this style here, where you've got very basic shapes designed to tell a story. Obviously that one tells the story of every got. We've got some still life, and we've got a little bit of modern art right here for you. If you have a look at the way the lobby's built, Brian decided to go with exposed steel. So you'll see this concept of exposed steel beams all over the building. Makes it look absolutely remarkable. It's got a very modern design, yet I would call it also very mature and very contemporary. More modern art for you to have a look at. And you can see he's also decided to put forward some of the original bricks that were in the warehouse that were here prior. So this decor is a combination of the new and the old. We're going to hop in the elevator right now, and we're going to go to the 6th floor of this building. And the reason that we're going to go there is because there are 2 different rooftop terraces. In fact, technically there are 4, but the 6th floor that we're going to go to now has itself a pool and has itself a room that you can rent for any particular type of party, whether it be bar mitzvah, wedding, birthday party, business meeting. It does not matter what the event is. You can have that conference room all to yourself. Have a look here, modern design, emergency camera just in case you get stuck, which we know is never going to happen. And this building here, they're just about done everything. The building opened up in January of 2024. They're still working on a couple things, but I'm going to tell you, when you see it, you'd never know that they're still finishing off some of this amazing structure. Modern elevator, everyone. Modern elevator. And this thing, as I know, fits 11 people. We're going to walk right outside here. There are rooms on both sides of the hallway, but this is where I wanted to take it. So we've got our magical fob. We're going to walk this way. And we're going to have a look at the first of 2 groups on this building. Hold on, there you go. All right, come on in. Have a look. It's a cage, just to keep everything level. When you walk in here, first you got yourself a counter. You can cook here. You can prepare alcoholic beverages here. You can do whatever you like. if you're going to rent this space, you can simply rent it and make sure that your private party is taken care of. 1, 2, 3, and 4 washrooms right down the side. And in here, we've got ourselves a boardroom that the window washers are cleaning up for us right here. The boardroom is big, it is beautiful, it is absolutely worth checking out. So why don't you guys come on over here and have a look at this boardroom. Just watch your step. Hola, 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 sorry. Casual area for sitting. You can have the window blinds open or closed, entirely up to you. But if you have a look at this right over here, there is some more of your exposed steel construction. You got the balcony level up top here, exposed steel everywhere. I love that aesthetic. Again here, the exposed steel aesthetic is in place. And this area, you can organize the tables and chairs any way that you like. You've got a private balcony on this side when you come through. And the private balcony looks at downtown. And we're in the rainy season right now, and this is actually a lovely reprieve. I've been in hot weather now for the last 6 months. I'm thoroughly enjoying getting a bit of moisture here. Over there is Old Town, everyone. This part of the city, right over here, is UNESCO protected. And what that means is they cannot tear those buildings down. Everything is going to be gentrified properly, but the original facades and the original structures must stay in place. And we're going to show you that from the roof very shortly. But let's walk back in here. Keep in mind we are on the 6th floor. And we've got another unimpeded view right over here. Our exposed steel beams, exposed steel beamwork right above my head. Have a look at all this. And your balcony view. Old Town, look at that. Some of those buildings over there were built in the 1650s. That is just remarkable. And then further over the edge, you've got the downtown core, the modern downtown Panama. So let's walk this way if we could. Here's your party space with the sinks. More exposed steel. And the staircase which takes you to the first of 2 pools in this building. Feel that breeze coming right off the ocean. Saltwater pool for your enjoyment. With glass walls everywhere, so you have absolutely zero impeded views on this floor. Have a look at the landscaping here. Look at this wall. The architect knew what they were doing in making this place look great. Exposed steel on the outside of the building. Outdoor shower right over here. And for those who want to stay dry, just come on out and you've got yourself an umbrella. Down over here, we've got the neighbors, all the locals. They culminate in this soccer field here. There are amateur and semi-professional soccer games that take place in this stadium. It is a really good time. Trust me, I know I've been to a couple of games already. And whenever it's game night, the parties are fantastic. Let's go this way. Now, I want to talk to you a bit about Panama itself. For those of you who are wondering what the difference is between Panama and Nicaragua, Panama and Costa Rica, Panama and El Salvador, well, I'm going to tell you. A primary difference is the Panama Canal. The Panama Canal connects the Atlantic Ocean to the Pacific Ocean. Panama, you may think it runs north and south. It doesn't. Panama is actually a country that goes east and west, and the canal goes north and south right through the country, bringing commerce in from every single part of the world. Now, we're in Panama City, which is the south end of the canal. There's another city called Colón, and a good friend of ours just became the mayor up there, so we're going to have a lot to talk about with him. Colón is right by the world's largest economic free zone. An economic free zone is one where typically you've got a shipping port like Hong Kong or another shipping port like Dubai. And these shipping ports allow for goods to go into the free zone but not be charged any taxes of any kind. In fact, the goods stay there while you go in and you do your retail shopping. So imagine Giorgio Armani suits and whatnot, or Gucci watches and Gucci shoes for just a few $100. You're not paying the duty, you're not paying international taxes, and you most certainly are not paying the shipping fees because the ships are coming to the canal regardless, gentlemen, come on in, join the party. Hola, amigo. I'm going there, number 10. So in the economic free zone, if you have a shopping bug, you come on down to Panama, you drive an hour north up to Cologne, hit the free zone. Now, what's bizarre about the free zone is that Panamanian residents are not allowed to go in, citizens. You have to have a foreign passport. So it doesn't matter what country it is, if you've got a foreign passport, then you can walk into that free zone and shop any which way that you want. Gentlemen, this is number 10? Number 10. Gracias, amigo. The economic free zone allows you to shop any which way that you want. And you're doing so without the need to worry about anything. If you are planning on doing a huge shop, let's say you want to update your entire wardrobe, come to Panama. Spend a couple of $1,000s, which would be about $20,000 retail back in Canada. And that's something to consider. So we're gonna have a look at room number 1010 here. This is what you would call the bachelor pad. Everyone gets a nice secure lock. All right, come on in. Come on in. Now, housekeeping did a great job. It actually smells like roses in this room right now. If you're coming on down the hallway here, you've got yourself the modern washer and dryer combination. And up here, these things are incredible pieces of technology. These heat water up in nanoseconds. I'm telling you, you don't have to have a full-fledged hot water anything here. Heats it right up. Great technology. I'm gonna have a look at the bathroom very quickly here. There we go. Sink, toilet, stand-up shower. And for those of you who like to spray yourselves in the private areas, every shower in this building comes with that. Okay? So you're good to scrub any which way you prefer. The bathroom itself, very clean. It's actually bigger than it looks on camera, believe it or not. The bachelor pad comes with refrigerator, cabinetry, microwave, gas stove, countertop. Over here, table and chairs. All this is provided. If you want them to furnish this for you, they'll provide absolutely everything. And then you've got yourself a lovely view of the downtown core. So let's just lift the blind for you here. Downtown. Look at that. Modern downtown. If you have a look at this white building right over here. This white building here was purchased. It was a complete and total wreck, and it was actually converted into a lovely condominium and rental property. So what is happening in this neighborhood, even though those buildings look a little bit old, is they are being bought up. In fact, many of them have been, and they're going to be gentrified. That's correct. They're not ripping them down because in some cases you can't, but they are being gentrified. So let's have a look in the bedroom here. In the bedroom, the bed comes with it. You got large closets. I love the style of doors here. Look at these doors. They roll on a track. Is that beautiful or what? All right. So we're opening and closing doors on a track, and every single room in this place, in this entire building, they all come with a balcony, right? That's what we need to remember here. We got balcony views of positively everything. Go ahead and have yourselves a look at that. Fabulous. All right, everyone. We are now going to head on over to one of the bigger rooms. And while we're doing that, I want you to know a bit more about the reason why this building was built. And that was because Brian, who is the owner and the chief architect, and of course the chief investor, he wanted to make sure that people that were investing in Panama had the proper combination of modern and access to both modern and old. Because what's the point of coming down to a city that's completely brand new and completely modern? You're right here in the thick of it where you can walk to the buildings that are 400 years old, watch the buildings that are 150 years old, and then walk exactly 1 kilometer and be right downtown in the new part of town. It is absolutely remarkable. So we're going to head on down to these rooms. And we've got the 1-bedroom room, which is not the bachelor pad. These ones are bigger. Come on. walk in, it's the same as before. Right over here, behind the door, is your laundry area. Wonderful. And the bathrooms. Just like we said before, sink and toilet and the stand-up shower. Absolutely fantastic. Let me just turn that off. Over here is our bedroom. And the bedroom does not come with a window in this particular bottle, but that is okay. What are you doing in here that needs the window anyway, right? You should be private in this room. Come on over here. Here is your living space. Much bigger than the bachelor pad. Check out these tables. Look at these tables. There's a lot of hardwood in Panama, a lot of hardwood in all of Latin America. And the locals are very good at turning them into glass, smooth tables. Then the pad comes with your gas stove, your bacon fry plate, microwave oven, sink, storage, refrigerator, and freezer. They all, oh, it's nice and cold. Oh, fantastic. Balcony. This one's bigger than the bachelor pad, obviously. And here we are, looking at Midtown. Isn't that incredible? More about Panama. And it's more to do with just the free zone, it's more to do with just commerce and whatnot. Yes, there is a lot of commerce that takes place here in Panama. The canal is part of it, but also their industries are based on the canal, which is international shipping, banking, and finally, tourism. You see, Costa Rica has put a ton of money into tourism. So tourists end up landing in Costa Rica and staying there. The Panamanian government realized, wait a minute, we've got banking, we've got the canal, we've got free zones, now why are we not bringing tourists here? Well, that's all changing. They are changing very rapidly. I've had an opportunity in the last little while to meet up with a couple of amazing politicians who are very high up in the rankings here. And now that we've just had the elections here in Panama, we are well aware of who has won. And between now and the beginning of September, the entire cabinet will shift and change, and then we're going to get a massive influx of tourists because I will be working with the government to bring tourists here. Tourists should see this place. It is absolutely remarkable to see just how technologically sound Panama is, but also the old quarters, how beautiful they really are. This is a city where people are actually quite happy to be here. They're happy with who they are. They're happy with their lives. They live in the moment. They're dancing all the time. Everywhere we go, we're getting hola and bueno and a good day. It is a very friendly place where people are very kind and they're happy to see you. Let's head over to the corner unit now. Come on down. The building itself is also designed with wide spaces in mind, so you'll see how the hallways are very wide. You know how some apartment buildings you can stretch your arms out and touch each side? Well, I can't. They're nice and wide, easy to get around, and you're not going to feel trapped. The steel beams are all exposed here. Have a look at that. You know, you've got the big bolts everywhere. I love the look and feel of this. And every hallway comes complete with an outdoor view. So this area here, we've got 1, 2, 3, and 4 buildings. The 4 closest buildings that you'll see right here. All of these have been purchased for the sake of gentrification. So the values in this building are going to go, and the reason being is those buildings out there, the maximum height that they're going to be able to go is 6 stories, whereas this one here is a 14-story building, taller than everything else that is going to be allowed to be built in the next decade. So just imagine when everything gets gentrified and looking great outside, you're going to be in the tallest building out of them all with the best views. So we're going to have a look now at the corner suite. Let's get that going. These are my favorite. So the first thing you see when you come on in is the large bedroom. And the large bedroom has floor to ceiling windows. Floor to ceiling windows. Come on over here, everybody, and have a look out this window at the downtown core and the old section of town. Absolutely remarkable. There she is, downtown. Got a bit of a storm rolling in, but that's okay. If you're ever downtown in Panama here and the rain comes in, well, remember, this is equatorial. Equatorial regions are warm, which means that rain is welcome. It's not the type of thing where you freeze in Canada when the rains don't hit you. As before, we've got our bathrooms here. Sink, toilet, and shower with the extended arms. Water pressure in the building is absolutely fantastic. All right. Turn that off, and we're going to come here into the main living area. Now the corner units, they're the best. Why? Views to the northeast, views to the west, views to the southwest. You've got views every direction here, which I adore. Plus, balconies that you can look even further out to the north and to the west and to the south. These rooms are absolutely fantastic. Look how much space there is out here. You've got a whole area that you can do with as you please. And just like the other rooms, refrigerator, sink, coffee maker, blender, toaster, kettle, microwave, gas range with oven. In the corner, there's more of the steel beam, this design that we love so much. Television mounted to the wall, and every room has Wi-Fi, all of them. If you're wondering about air conditioning, there it is. The bedroom has air, and so does the main living room. So you can have two different temperatures in this apartment if you wanted to have exactly that. All right, we're gonna head up to the roof now, everybody. Because the roof is where the real action is. So Casco View is a place, I've been here now for a couple of weeks. I'm thoroughly enjoying myself in this building because the building is beautiful. And the staff that have been hired here are wonderful people. This building is being cleaned every single day. So it's not like an apartment that you would find downtown Toronto or downtown New York where nobody cleans it. Oh no, it's every day the staff is here cleaning these floors, cleaning the walls. There's no dust. Check it out. None. No, the fire alarm. No dust. Right? Over here, the hoses. No dust. There's no dust. They really do keep this place immaculate. So we're gonna head up now to the rooftop. The reason that we want to go to the rooftop is the views are the best. In fact, I can't imagine a view of Panama being any better than what we're about to show you. So we're just going to wait for the elevator to come on down. Getting back to what I was saying a bit earlier about Panama in general. I had a lovely time. I lived in Costa Rica for 5.5 months, and I had an absolutely lovely time. A couple of the issues I had with Costa Rica. The west coast, the humidity is really high. After about 4 months, it starts to actually get to you psychologically. Hola amigo, come on in. We're going to the roof. Come on in. The humidity in Costa Rica can get to you. It started actually getting to me, it started affecting me in a few ways. Costa Rica also has incredibly expensive food. That's something else I didn't like. To save money in Costa Rica, you would buy vegetables at one place, you would buy corn somewhere, you'd buy fruit somewhere, you'd buy whatever you wanted somewhere else. Now, vegetables you'd buy at a different location, and meat you'd buy at a different location. It was cool at the beginning because you'd plot your day and make it a bit of a traveling event, but it does get to you after a while, especially when you're busy. If I've got things to do, I don't want to be spending time going from store to store and place to place. So let's come on up to this roof here. And before we move anywhere on the roof, I just wanted to finish off my thought here, and that is, I love Costa Rica. I really had a good time there, but I don't want to spend half of a day going to 4 or 5 different stores to buy everything that I need. Another thing to know about Costa Rica versus Panama, cars in Costa Rica are between 3 and 5 times the price that you'll get them here in Panama. Rental cars are about 10 times the price in Costa Rica unless you find a private deal. And that's really unfortunate. It really is. So I want to just maybe indicate that if you're coming down to Panama, you can expect to save a lot of money. The grocery stores here in Panama are about a third of the cost that I was paying for groceries in Costa Rica. I can go to just one store here and get everything I need. So what we'll do is have our camera guy walk this way, and I'm going to walk this way, because I'd like you to see the rooftop pool deck. It is raining, but that is okay. You come on up. Pacific Ocean. The Pacific Ocean. Right there. Have a look at that beautiful ocean. And then have a look at this saltwater pool that we have on the rooftop deck here. Oh, this weather is incredible. So we'll come on over here under the umbrella. We'll have a little bit of a chat. So, the Pacific Ocean is right here, everybody. Old Town is right there. And this here is the Panama Canal. So you'll see cruise ships go through that, and you'll see massive tanker ships. You'll also see those. I think it's right about there somewhere you'll see them. There's a large cargo ship there, probably a Maersk, because they've got everything. Now the saltwater pool has a filtration system that runs all the time just to keep the water fresh. You don't want stagnant water in the jungle. There's your outdoor shower, everybody. This is the area that's going to be rebuilt very soon. Always some action happening here, always some kind of a party happening here. Immaculate landscaping. Have a look at that. There's the semi-pro soccer field. We've seen a couple of games there. Always a good time. The local kids are down there having fun. That's exactly what kids should be doing. We're going to have a little walk down the pool deck here. And we're now going to check out Old Town. There we go. There's an even better view of it. A better view than we had before. This is the UNESCO protected zone of Panama. A lot of it was built back in the 1600s. Some of it was a bit more modern, 1800s. And in order to protect the city, when it came time to build this highway here, have a look at it. That highway is a perfect semicircle that goes all the way around Old Town, because they were not allowed to build a road through it, so they built a road around it right there in the Pacific Ocean. Right now we're at high tide. There's a private yacht club right over here. And in the background there, those aren't islands that you see. Those are ships waiting to go in to the Panama Canal. Is that incredible or what? So here is our swimming pool for laps. This is the view we get. These are the chairs that are available for anyone to use anytime that they wish. Again, shower. And this is Panama, guys. So if you decide to get naked out here and shower up, nobody cares. That's what they refer to as Panama Mountain over there. There's the big famous flagpole right up top. When you walk to the top of that hill and there's trails available for you to do so, well, you can see everything. The Panama Canal, all the cranes that go with the Panama Canal, and the airport that services the Panama Canal. So is that incredible, guys? Think about how beautiful that is. So I'm going to walk this way. There's our elevators. 1 and 2. Slowly walk in here. You can tell an American built this because we've got recycling up here, which is fantastic. There's your emergency staircase. There's the roof to some of your condos. There's the exposed steel construction. Balcony level up top. And then we come on out here to this massive deck. Check this out. Wow. You can enjoy yourself right up here as long as you want. It can also be booked privately for any private function that you'd like. Immaculate landscaping, or wallscaping in this case. And have a look at the downtown core right there. Yeah, okay, it's the rainy season, we got storm clouds, but I can tell you what I'm going to do after I'm done filming all of this. I'm going to go and jog downtown and enjoy the rain on my face, because this is an equatorial region, everyone. I know you know this, so it does get hot. Here is the incredible view. This is absolutely beautiful. There's also another rooftop terrace right up here designed for observation. This building is so tall, it has to have a blinking light warning airplanes about it. Wow. There's the spiral staircase that takes you up to the top. And that would conclude our roof tour. So what I wanted to say to you now, or talk to you about, would be all the opportunities that I've come across here in Panama since I moved to Panama. And I can tell you that the opportunities are plenty. So let's just cover what they are. Number one is Canada, United Kingdom, Scotland, included with that one, Ireland. These countries have hate speech laws which stop people from saying what they want to say. What is it that anyone's going to say that's really that bad? Well, typically it's just that we don't like our government policies. We don't like the new taxes we have to pay in Canada, United Kingdom, Ireland. We don't like the idea of having our cultures completely destroyed and eroded. And when you say anything to that effect, what happens in those countries? You get arrested. And I think Canadians truly have had enough of being arrested for having opinions. The Irish are being arrested every single day for it. The Scottish are being arrested for it. And they have none of that here. Here in Panama, you can say what you want. And that is the beauty of it, is that the Panamanians understand that the American idea of freedom of speech made America great, and freedom of speech is actually making Panama great. People are not afraid to express themselves here. We also have to talk about social awkwardness. We don't have that here in Panama. In Canada, in the United States, the Europe, Australia, we have a lot of left-wing thinking where everybody's offended by everything, where people want to say that men are women and women are men, and we're not allowed to criticize that either. And the problem with left-wing ideology is that it's exactly opposite capitalism. And capitalism built that. Capitalism built this building. I'm okay with capitalism because I'm in charge of how successful I'm going to be. I can dedicate my entire life to making wealth if I want, or I can dedicate half of my life to it, or I can dedicate none of my life to it. And each of those has a reward and a cost. There's a cost to all of them. Well, I want that choice. And here in Panama, you can make that choice. You can come here and open a business. You can come here, you can work hard, you can make deals, you can do business, you can do it any way you want. Oh my God. So let me just cover this, okay? You all know that I'm a journalist. I was a journalist for 7 straight years. And every time I put a microphone in a politician's face, what would they do? They'd split. How many times did you see me following politicians to their cars? Remember Bob Rae, the former premier of the province of Ontario? I started asking him questions about his involvement in the war zone in Myanmar. What did he do? Ran away. They sit with you, you have a cup of coffee with them, you discuss what you know about their country, you discuss all of that, all right? You can sit down with politicians here and get a sense of who they are as people, but also what their vision is and what they think of their country and how they can help their country with your help and how you can assist in getting the country to be more recognized in the international market. All right? So, I want to say that is an amazing part of Panama. On top of the idea of being able to actually speak to politicians here and speaking to people, men and women have much better personal relationships here. Men and women can talk to each other. You can say hello to a lady and tell her she looks beautiful that day, and she will love you for it. Whereas we have the idea in Canada, United States, where should we? Shouldn't we? The whole bit. And I'm being flagged down here. What would you like me to say?
It's the maximum file size.
Ah, that's okay. We're going to keep right on going. So with personal interactions with people, I am always content. I'm always very happy to talk to everybody. I'm very happy that I can take a speaker with me anywhere I want to go and play some salsa music, and I can dance with any of the ladies here. It is that much of a beautiful lifestyle. People here are not upset about things. They are eager to talk to you. And when they're eager to talk to you, and you've got freedom of speech, and you've got the Panama Canal, and you've got a massive banking district down here where they really are serious about doing business, you have the formula for success. This building, with these views over here that you're looking at right now, is a prime example of capitalism and being allowed to do what you want. Let me just move these chairs out of the way so my guy can get in here. Have a look at this. This is true success. This is, even though some of these buildings look rough, they get turned into that white building over there very quickly. Right? You want to make sure that you have open dialogue. You want to make sure that you have the ability to speak to your politicians, speak to your leaders, speak to your regional heads, and speak to each other exactly the way that you want to, but more importantly, how you need to get money to flow from one place to the other. And here in Panama, there's almost unlimited ways to get what you want built and get your dreams to come true. My dream has always been to be in the equatorial regions because I personally am tired of the snow. I don't like the idea that in Canada, I have to endure 7 months of cold. I love the city of Calgary, lived there for 3 years, but I can't stand Christmas time when the weather drops to minus 40 Celsius. Here at Christmas time, you can expect weather to be somewhere around, I don't know, 83 Fahrenheit with the beach and the water and the canal. On Christmas morning, I could walk around in shorts and nothing else. I mean, that is freedom. In Panama, you can make a lot of money in the real estate market. You can make a lot of money in the investment market. You can make a lot of money in banking. Now, something else to factor in about Panama is that medical care in Panama is 20 years ahead of Canada. And that's not a word of a lie. There are MRIs here. There are CT scans here. There's X-ray machines here. In Canada, you can't just get those things unless you go to the emergency room. And in Canada right now, in emergency rooms, you're waiting up to 40 hours, and that's not a joke, 40 hours to be seen. Yeah, you may as well go to the hospital, say, hi, I broke this and I broke that and I'm bleeding to death, but I'll go get a coffee and I'll come back tomorrow. No, here, when you go to the hospital, you get seen on the spot. If you have a broken bone, you're going to know about it and they're going to mend you on the spot. If you want an MRI for damage to soft tissue or hard tissue, go, get paid for it, you get it that day. And the lab professional is going to tell you that day or the next day what they found on the MRI and get you into surgery immediately. And that is exactly what you want. These freedoms that we used to have in Canada to be treated the same day are no longer there. And they are not coming back anytime soon. Which is why I want to be in Panama. Which is why I want the freedom to do business my way. I've got a big mouth. And that is something that Canadians don't like. But that is something that Panamanians love. And if you're someone like me who's had a very difficult time getting along with Canadian society because Canadians don't like your big mouth because it intimidates them or it makes them feel inferior, no problem. Come here because they love it. They can't wait to be a part of what you have to offer. So you've got better medical care here, faster access to medical care here, cheaper medical care here. You've got cheaper property and food than Costa Rica, cheaper property and food in some cases than Brazil and Argentina. And you also have the geographic location that everybody from North America, South America, Europe, and Asia want to be. Panama is the absolute center of commerce because there's only one canal. And I can tell you, even though ships have to wait a full 24 hours to get into the canal in some cases, it's better than them spending 10 days going around South America. That's true. They would have to go all the way around South America into almost the Antarctic Ocean to be able to get goods to the other side. They're not going to do that because the fuel costs and the staffing costs are far too high. And that means Panama's got access to everything from all over the world. There are electronics here in Panama that you'll never find anywhere else. There are items here, clothing items here that you've never heard of. There's products, toys, things like that you'll never see anywhere else because they come here and in some cases they stay here. So this place, especially in this building, that is incredibly affordable, I might add, is going to afford you all of the opportunities that you need to be successful. If you are tired of the left-wing ideology of the Western world, come here because it doesn't exist here. If you're tired of paying 73% of everything you earn on taxes, then move to Panama, become a resident, have an online income, and don't even pay tax here because you don't have to if your income comes from outside the country. Is that incredible or what? Buy property here, watch it appreciate. Buy property in this building and be able to Airbnb it out whenever you want. Something to keep in mind about downtown over here is that if you own a condominium in the city, you cannot Airbnb your place out for just a day. it's a 45-day minimum. But this building here has got a special privilege which allows you to Airbnb a condominium out for even just 1 day if you want to. So if you're someone that knows how to play the Airbnb game, and I do, where you rent out for a day here and a day there and 3 days here and so on, you can keep your place rented out 250 days a year. That's incredible money, by the way. And that is going to pay for your mortgage, especially when you're buying a place that's only $150,000 to $225,000. Incredibly affordable. Why would you not want this view every single day where you can make Airbnb rental dollars or even just short-term private rental dollars whenever you want? That is freedom. Downtown, they're not going to change that anytime soon, because what the hotels had complained enough that they weren't getting revenue, and the city was worried about not getting its rental income taxes, which I get because taxes pay for roads. But this building has got you covered. And if you want to get a hold of me, my website address has been at the bottom of this entire presentation. Just head over to my website, hit the contact page, and let me know that you're ready to come to Panama for medical. You're ready to come to Panama to trade in Bitcoin. You're ready to come to Panama to open up a business or a bank account. You're ready to buy property. Anything that you want to get done in Panama, I'm here to help. This is what I do. Latin America is a place I should have come to 20 years ago. My God, when I think about how easy it is to make money here, I should have been here 20 years ago. I would have been a billionaire by now. But that is okay. It's better late than never. I have no regrets about my time in Canada because I've got so many wonderful friends and colleagues from that place. But it's time for this new life that I am building for myself here, and it's time for all of you to get your new life started here as well in Panama. So this is Casco View. I highly recommend buying a condominium in this building right now before they all get bought up, before this whole neighborhood gets gentrified and everything skyrockets in value, which you know it will. That's exactly what we saw happen in Costa Rica on the West Coast. A lot of you were saying, Kevin, I love the houses. They're beautiful. Uvita, Dominical, gorgeous places, but I don't have $500,000. I don't have $400,000 US to buy a property. But I guarantee you that you do have $150,000 US to buy a property in this building. Now, the last thing I want to point out is if you have a house in Canada in any major center, not even the city itself, but just the major center, Vancouver, Abbotsford, Tsawwassen, if you're looking at Edmonton or Calgary or even Red Deer in Alberta, if you're in Winnipeg or Toronto, Montreal, your houses are probably being listed at a value of minimum $1.4 million, right? But you can't sell that to anybody because nobody has $1.4 million to buy your home. So you get a hold of me, and we're going to get you a home equity loan to leverage that. That's right. So imagine I can get you a loan for up to 80% of the value of your house. You take a 1.4, or maybe even a $2 million home, we get you 80% of the value. You buy 4 or 5 condominiums here in Panama City. You rent them out. They're all income properties for you. They're all paid off. And you take all the earnings and pay your property off in Mississauga, Toronto, Montreal, Vancouver, Calgary. Is that amazing or what? So if we can avoid selling your house in Canada to get you to be able to buy property here, that is exactly what I do. It's all about the money. I want to make money. I want you to make money. I want all of us to get rich together. And if you follow the simple systems that I've put together, you will get wealthy. Now, the last thing I got to cover here before we get going for the night is that if you are having tax trouble, the Canada Revenue Agency is going out of its way to tell you that you owe money, and you probably don't. They have an AI system right now that's just making numbers up and telling you, hey, you owe us $48,200, you owe us $57,000, whatever it might be. You got to get a hold of me, folks. Do not phone the CRA. You're not going to talk yourself out of the fake debt. You don't really owe the money, but you're not talking yourself out of it. Instead, we fight the CRA, not using free man on the land tactics. Stay away from that stupid nonsense, please. Please. We do it the right way. We utilize legal documentation to explain to them that they need to prove to you that you owe the debt. And then we file motions in the court to get rid of your debt. We do it the right way. I've helped now over 150 people that I can think of in the last 3 months alone save hundreds of thousands of dollars between them. It's an amazing feeling to see someone be able to keep their money, to keep their house, to keep their bank accounts intact, to feed their children. I love it. It makes me feel very good about myself. Here's the other one. If you have a corporation and that corporation is in a great deal of debt, CRA income tax, GST, HST, SEBA loans, bank loans, creditors of any kind, you let me know. If it's a corporate debt, I get it to zero for you. All the liabilities are gone. It's a program that I invented, by the way, and has been working incredibly well for people that own corporations all over Canada who are desperate to get rid of mass amounts of debt, because that is what's killing people. So many of you out there want to walk away from these debts. You don't know what to do. You think maybe bankruptcy might help, but for corporations it doesn't. The reason being is that lawyers need to be used for corporate bankruptcies. And that's going to cost you $50,000 just like that. And that is only the retainer, I might add. That doesn't include disbursements and court time. It could cost you $150,000 to $200,000 to go bankrupt on a corporation that you may only owe $200,000 on. Why not get a hold of me? Let's get rid of that debt. Here's the other problem, is that in many cases, you don't completely get discharged on a corporate bankruptcy. But if you follow my program, you don't have to go bankrupt. You can just get rid of your debt altogether. You can do it in less than 4 to 6 weeks. My record right now is 10 days. All right? And I'm going to try to beat that for everybody. Please get a hold of me. Get your money back into your hands. You're better off putting your money here in Panama City than you are anywhere in Canada. And that is a fact. Thank you very much for being here, everybody. My name is Kevin J. Johnston. You can always reach me at the website below. That's kevinjjohnston.me. If you want to book your 1-hour consultation with me to get rid of your taxes or to find out how you can buy property in this magnificent town, you can also do so at kevinjjohnston.com. Get yourself a 1-hour consultation. We'll sit down for an hour in Zoom. You and your family can join us. You can record the call. We're going to get your tax strategies planned, your moving out strategies planned, the removal of your money from Canada, bringing it to Panama. We're going to get that plan done too. It's all about the plan, and it's all about putting the plan into action, because Canada is going to do nothing but steal from you for the next decade, maybe even 2. The country can't be fixed, but this one doesn't need fixing. It's already built, and it's waiting for you to come here and make a boatload of money. I will see you next week on The Real Estate Show. Kevin J. Johnston here. Good night.